Hello, I'm Lyndall Gregory and welcome to The Difference TV. Today I'm talking with Sandy Smith-Holley and we're going to be talking about conscious parenting. Sandy, what do you mean by conscious parenting?
So it is an awareness that from the very beginning, from conception, our babies will experience our fear and pain along with our joy and happiness. Our belief systems and our conditioning will filter down to our babies whether they're in our womb or in the world. So we need to understand that we're responsible then for being the absolute best version of ourselves that we can be, because we're the teachers, the number one teachers.
Wow.
So that's conscious parenting.
And I believe something happened when you were 46 that led you on this path of conscious parenting.
Yes, so I went off to the doctor thinking I was preemptive menopause, 46, that sounds about right, and it turned out that I was pregnant.
Wow,
So,
what a shock.
Absolutely, but it's been a wonderful journey, and this little guy has taught me, I have 3 grown children, they're 24, 21, 18, and I realised with this little guy that I'm so much more present now as a parent, and that I was a baby raising babies back then and just stumbling my way through the world, and here I am now being reminded that this is the moment that matters. This is it, feed me now, love me now. So it's all about now.
So Sandy, how can we be conscious parents?
So probably to do you first. Do you first is the most important thing. By that I mean nourish you, nurture you, know you. So these aren't things that we haven't been told before, and so I'm telling you again, do you first, because as I said, it filters down to your babies.
It sounds like if we can't look after ourselves, it's pretty hard to look after someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
And what are some other steps then in conscious
So
parenting?
also being authentic, being authentic is we're in the world and there is something that we bring that's unique to the world, and so we need to discover this about ourselves, we need to develop it, and then we need to go out in the world and share it.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. Anything else that we need to know to be a conscious parent?
Probably the most important thing, Lyndall, is to trust and surrender. We make the plans, we have the preparation, we see the vision of our life, how we want it to be, and then we just have to give it all up, trust that the journey will unfold exactly how it's meant to, and surrender to that process. Don't try to drive it, don't try to be in control of it, don't try to negotiate with it, just surrender to it and take the journey.
So Sandy, if we could all live our life consciously, have that trust and surrender and be authentic, what sort of difference do you think that would make to the world?
Well, as I said before, when we are conscious parents, then we're being the best examples that we can be for our babies, and so it filters down to them. It's the next generation that we're setting up, and so when you understand that concept that we are all connected, so we're individual, but we're also part of the whole, so the best I am being for me is the best I'm being for you.
Wow.
That's got to filter make a difference in the world, don't you think?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Absolutely. So how could we all do that on a daily basis? You mentioned surrender and trust and being authentic. What would be the first step that we would have to take to be that conscious parent?
I really think it comes back to do you first. It's so hard for a mother to put herself at the top of the list. We tend to be at the bottom of our list. But as I've said, if we're not doing us the best way that we can, then we can't do our kids. So whatever that means for you, have a bath before you've faced your day, or find a few minutes to just take out for you, but nurture you first before you step into your day, and it's going to flow on from there. Yeah, pretty simple really, huh?
It is simple, it is simple. So what do you think the world would look like if we were all living consciously?
Oh my goodness, we can only imagine, can't we? And then trust and surrender that it'll unfold exactly how it's supposed to.
That's right.
Yeah.
And what sort of changes have you seen in your life by taking on conscious parenting?
I guess the biggest lesson for me is that I'm being taught every day by this little guy to be present, to be in the now, that this is the moment that matters. How I'm being in this moment is the one that matters, not what was been before, not what's coming, but this one. So being present, that's made the biggest difference to me, I guess.
And is being present something that we could all do every day?
Yeah, it's just shutting out the noise and being still for a moment, you know, whatever that means. Sometimes it's something as simple as mowing the lawn. You know, you fall into the zone of up and down, and then it's just still, everything goes quiet, and you're just in that moment and present, and it's healing. Yeah,
it's healing. Wow,
it is.
Wow. Imagine a world where we were just living in every moment and spreading that healing, because
Exactly,
authentic,
and because we're all connected, so, you know, the ripple in the pond effect. Yeah, wonderful.
It sounds, Sandy, like we can all use those skills every day to be conscious. So, Sandy, thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Lyndall.
And I'd like you to just think about how you can be conscious every day, live in the present, and make the difference that you're here to make. I'm Lyndall Gregory from The Difference TV, opening humanity's heart.
Live your difference. www.thedifference.tv